Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to Crash Landing with Light. It's been about a week since I've gotten to record anything. I've got myself a full-time job, I'm going to school, and I've got a family. So, generally, if any one of those three things takes up more time than usual, it's doing these recordings that gets the short end of the stick. It's just a matter of priorities. I'm sure you can understand. So, yeah, it's been about a week. Haven't had any chance to record anything. The MHC that came out on Friday, I recorded that back when I recorded episode 1. So, yeah, it didn't take any extra time. But we're back, so we might as well do what we came here to do. So we've got ourselves the quest book. Yeah, under basic survival, I did go around doing a bit of slaying. Spiders were super easy. Endermen were a little annoying. Not a whole lot of them were coming around. But I managed to track them all down, do what I needed to do. Let's see. Our options are an Alamite sword blade. Well, that's just kind of meh. We've got ourselves a machine frame. We can make those pretty easy. Or a sink core. So let's see what those sink cores are good for. Sink. Click and usage. So constructors and storage, and that's it. How hard are they? They're kind of annoying to make. I think I'll take it just because I've already got tons of machine frames. And I very much don't need a sword blade. And you'll see why in a second. But we're going to get ourselves a spammer. Self-propelled anti-material rocket. Awesome. And let's claim it. And there we are. Got ourselves a rocket launcher. Let's put that away before we hurt ourselves. I did manage to get an Enderman head from the various things that I killed, so we should probably put it somewhere as a trophy. Where should we put it? Here looks like a nice place. Boop. So we can be all creepy and looking at us. Okay. So that's this all completed. 100%. Under pressure's done, creating life is done, and tech revolution is pretty darn close. So let's see what we've got. Up in here, did a bit of resource gathering for this particular quest. I don't think we're going to have enough room in the inventory for everything, but machine frames and the plastic are important for everything. Let's take these guys. I feel like I'm missing something for that one. Probably one of these. So you put the machine frame in the middle, because it's always a machine frame in the middle. Plastic always goes up there. In this case, we put the Invar gear. I'm not sure if it's swords and... Yeah, it's probably axes on the bottom. And then it does take power, so it's probably one of these. There we are. Slaughterhouse. 5. Okay. Which leads me to believe some of the other ones need more than I've got. Yeah. Because the sewer doesn't require power, so it likely doesn't require one. So let's just make that. So we'll put a bucket, bricks, and pneumatic servo. It doesn't take power, it just sluices things away. Oh, and you get 4 of them. That's interesting. Let's see, what else do we need? Let's take these. I actually had to summon some more blazes to get some more blaze rods. But I didn't chicken out. I went to the city. I actually went to one of the spawners and killed some. I figured it was about time I actually did that. And with how well the stuff in the city went last time, it seemed like the thing to do. Okay, so let's check on... Yeah, I think it's the biofuel reactor. Yeah, oh, I'm pretty sure I made that. Yeah, there we are. Biofuel generator. I believe... Isn't there... An MFR reactor? Bioreactor. Yeah, I'm not 100%... Yeah, I think this is the one that creates the biofuel. The other one is the one that consumes it. So I'm surprised it didn't have us make this as well. Their loss. Might make one of those eventually. Haven't really done anything with them. I do like making seed farms. So there's those. What do we have left? We still have this. I know there's something that requires a bucket and iron. What other strange things do I have? I've got furnaces, and I'm probably going to need one of those coils. I don't even necessarily remember what this one's supposed to be. Suppose I could just check the quest book. Alright, I have to take all this stuff away to craft that. Book. And a book and a book. Let's try that again. So that there. We need a bucket on the top. Iron down here. Furnaces there. And probably one of these. Oh, the sludge boiler. For boiling all our sludge. That might come in handy because it generates dirt and clay and other sorts of land-based materials. So if we wanted to, you know, replace the dust with something, this could come in handy. It takes the sludge from the harvester. Whenever you harvest any plant life, you get sludge. You throw it in the sludge boiler and stand away. Sludge is toxic. And then it generates stuff. It's not bad. Okay. And that's everything here. And then we get to pick whether we want essence berries. No. Experience is not a problem. Soul sand or 4 single-use safari nets. Now, I don't know what animals I might get from these, but I imagine I can get them myself. So any of these I could get myself. Soul sand, we're definitely going to make something that generates soul sand like mad. These you can sift out of stone, so we can make a crazy stone generator. These, I'm not sure what's in them, so let's take those. And then our last official quest, which lets us pick hardened glass, pink slime balls, or a big ol' logic card. So many liquids. So many icky liquids. Well, yeah, a machine would not particularly enjoy this. So, 10 buckets of meat, 10 buckets of pink slime, which is weird because it takes so much more meat, like slaughtering, to get pink slime than it does to get meat. So you'll end up with, I don't know, 100, 1,000 buckets of meat before you get 10 buckets of slime. It's pretty crazy. Sludge, so we're going to have to do some harvesting. Sewage, pretty easy to get. So 10 buckets of everything, and then we're done with the official quests. There's no reason to stop playing this, though, once we're out of quests. It's like, do you stop playing vanilla after you kill the dragon or the wither? No, there's plenty more to do. I promised last time that I would work on Power Station Omega, like upgrading Alpha into Omega. I did not have time to prep that. I've got a few things here that will go towards that. I've got some glass. I've got some, why not make these? Let's put these away and pick these up. So making resonant energy cells is surprisingly easy. That you make these redstone ones that take electrum and redstone and stuff, and you just surround them with Enderium, which I had laying around. So we're going to be making ourselves a massive power station, so we should probably have some massive batteries laying around. Not just for storage, but also for throughput. That we want to be able to store the energy and send it through at a very fast rate. Well, resonant energy cells can, wait, 2,000? I thought they sent and received at 10,000. Did they nerf the energy cells? Because that's really strange. 80, 400, 2,000, 10,000. That's really odd. Well, I certainly hope they didn't nerf them, because having a throughput of 2,000 instead of 10,000 would completely destroy what I want to do. Okay, let's put those back for now. I also made myself a cleaver, and I called it Crane. Slight reference to Ichabod there, because if you know what these things do, well, yeah. They're particularly good for beheading. I took it around, and it was part of my Enderman killing process. I needed to level it up, and I could have killed ordinary guys, but I needed to kill Enderman anyway, so I took him around and stabbed him pretty hard. Because this guy does 14 damage. That's right, 14. It's pretty awesome. It upgraded and got itself a modifier, which is what I really wanted, but it also got necrotic, which is really pretty awesome. I don't know if it'll help any in what I'm planning to use that for, but who knows? It's pretty neat. Okay, you've seen the water station before. You always want to make sure you're at 0. This is not at 0. Okay. 0 is important. I did get some comments about, well, why don't you just use the inventory relay? Well, I really like holding on to many of these water things all at once. Whoa! Hello! Okay, time to run. Well, that was a bit more excitement than I was expecting. Woo-wee! Certainly got our excitement for the episode. Get on the elevator. Whew! Yeah, that's the problem with the water station. There's sometimes things up top, and if you're not looking, it can go real bad real fast. Whew! So what I was saying was I like carrying more than one water thing around so I can do a lot of work without having to go back and restock all the time. I might eventually get the aerial interface thingy from Pneumaticraft. Let's actually make sure that's a thing. Aerial interface. So, Wither Skull, Ender Pearls, and some pressure stuff. Now, what this aerial interface does is it creates a thing that interacts with your inventory, so long as you're in range of the thing, and with the range upgrades, you could probably make it cover this entire base. So it could see that you've got an empty pack on your back and swap it out with a full one. That would be really neat. Sounds like a project. So what we really need to do with this cleaver with a modifier, right, that's not a thing, is take it back to our regular home base, and we're going to upgrade it. We're going to give it a upgrade of our choosing, and if you saw what I picked up from the chest, you might know how I'm going to upgrade it. Here we are. Throw it in here with this flux capacitor. Now what that does is make it run on flux instead of durability. So we can recharge it when it starts to get low. Just like this sword over here. Now why do I need 2 swords? Well, I'm not going to be the one wielding that other sword. So if you're paying very close attention, you likely now have an idea what Power Station Omega is going to be. But then again, you might not. You might not know what all is in these mod packs. You might not know what's possible. But the beautiful thing of this sword is you can automate its repair. You toss it in, it gets recharged and gets put back out, goes and does its job. When it starts running low, you send it in here and charge it back up. Now, I don't know if reinforced influences the RF loss. It might be wasteful, but I love how powerful the sword is. it should be able to do a lot of work with very few swings. But to be able to do that swinging, we're going to need a particular type of machine, which I hope I have laying around, but I probably don't. Nope, it seems my autonomous activators are being used elsewhere. But yes, that's how I'm going to have this sword doing its job. Autonomous activators use the sword, stab it, stab it, stab. But that makes me wonder. Autonomous activators treat this like a player. So normally when you kill something using the autonomous activator and a sword, it should drop XP as well. But is Tinker smart enough for it to heal me as well? It's an interesting concept. You put one of these in an autonomous activator stabbing some things. Would the necrotic property then heal me as well? Some research will need to be done into that. The last quest is pretty simple, so I'm just going to put this book away. And let's go and install a sewer somewhere. Actually, let's install all 4. Because I'm not sure if multiple sewers can pull from multiple sewage sources at once. If they can, having 4 sewers makes the collection process super fast. I always like to check this as we're going by. Flint and steel, Unbreaking 10. Weird. Got plenty of silverfish things if I ever want silverfish. Got plenty of mob heads. Got some glistering melon. I was watching Generic Bees episode recently, and he was talking about the villagers and how he thought they might sell melons, and if they do, well then you can just get the melons from there, reform a watermelon from it, and get the seeds from there. So that would be pretty nice. I do enjoy having all of the different types of farms. Oh, they might have to stand directly on top of it. Or pretty close. Oh, there's the sewage from the sheep. So they might need to stand right on top of it. So we should probably put these directly adjacent to the hitching post. I imagine that's the highest probability location of catching the sewage. Now it appears that the sewers themselves can only hold a bucket at a time. So even once we fill these completely to the brim, we'll need to store it somewhere else. Let's see if I've got a spare portable tank somewhere. I thought I had one, but they always go on walkabout. It's a pity. This thing has been working pretty well since I made the upgrade. You can see all of the conveyor belts are still in place. To get the meat and whatnot, I will likely place the slaughterhouse down here and grind them up with that. I might need to come down here and turn off the grinder for a while. Right down here. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Maybe just unplug the power. So that's how I'll get the meat and the slime. The sewage is coming from over there. The sludge, however, I'm going to have to set up an actual farm. Unless the fruit picker generates sludge. Now I might just pick fruit from my orchard and chuck it off the side because I don't really need it. So I'll investigate that as well. So those were the fluids I'll need to finish off the major quests. I will need this sword and tons of other resources. All these iron blocks are part of the plan for good old Power Station Omega as well. There was one other thing that I'm going to look into that I said I wasn't going to build it, but I think I might. It's one of those super cheaty machines, but they did nerf the bejesus out of it. So we've got ourselves an aqueous accumulator. So you need 18 endarium, pneumatic servo, machine frame, hardened glass, 64k fluid. Oh. Wow. That is significantly more expensive than I thought. Wow. I still might want to make one, but I might just increase the size of my cactus farm instead. Because, man, that's expensive. Like, it's hard to tell just how expensive it is from looking at this. Because any one of these things is not bad, except this. This one thing is 3 of those and a diamond thing. One of these diamond things is a big old card, which takes 3 PCBs. So that's 3 PCBs here. Each one of these takes one of those as well. So that's, 12 PCBs right there. And then each one of these takes one as well. Ugh. Exponential growth of bad, bad news. So we've got... This takes 3. So that's 9, 12. For each of these, 36 is 30. Oh, the math just boggles the mind. So if I want an aqueous accumulator, I need some way of generating boatloads of PCBs in a relatively short amount of time. I think it'll be much easier to just expand the cactus farm. Because I've got cactus seeds for days. Oh, right. Over here. Cactus seeds for days. I can dig that out either manually or with drones. Yeah, that's probably the better idea. Just expand the cactus farm until it's making water as fast as I need. Because we'll need significant amounts of water for Power Station Alpha as well. You might be expecting it to be big reactors, but nope. They're fun. Haven't found one yet in any of the cities. I could go exploring more to find that. But nope, no big reactors for me. Power Station Omega will be significantly different. It will take a bit of redstone to make it work the way I want and make it even a little bit sustainable. Because if you have it running full tilt, it can run you out of resources like crazy. So you need to keep an eye on it. But once we have Power Station Omega in place, I have another plan after that, which involves MFR. And the reason I want to use MFR is because it's the only thing that will do what I need. Most things that MFR does, you can do some other way. Like with the harvester, you can mow down your own plants. Fruit picker, you can pick your own fruit. The slaughterhouse, yes, it creates meat and pink slime, but it's mostly for food. You can do that yourself. What else can MFR do? It can create power with the bioreactor. You can create power some other way. All of the super amazing cheaty things. The grinder, you can kill him with iron spikes. You can stab him with your own sword. Stab, stab. But there is one thing in MFR that you can't do any other way in this world. And I'm going to leave you to ponder that because I am out of time. I'll hopefully get to record tomorrow as well, so I might let you in on the secret, might just build Power Station Omega, might do something completely different. You never know. I'm a rebel. Pow, pow. But I will see you in the next episode of Crash Landing with Light.